Hey, thanks for watching this video. I just wanted to show you this wagon I made for my little girl and maybe inspire you to make your own. I didn't really plan it out beforehand. I just kind of made it up as I went, so I'm sure there's lots of ways that you could improve on my design. It's kind of your typical wagon. The handle here does the steering, and all the sides, the fences come out. They're just square pegs fit in holes in the base of the wagon. And here's the handle. It's made out of poplar. I did most of that on the bandsaw, and it meets the end of the steering mechanism there. The steering is made out of square metal tubing. Here's a close-up of the fences. They're just glued together. It's, like I said, it's all poplar, and the chassis is screwed and glued. And then the steering mechanism, like I said, is square metal tubing, and it's bolted to the frame with 1/4-inch bolts and lock nuts. You can see some kind of curved fender there on the side and in the back, and those they add some look to the wagon, but they're also built to give support to the fences, and you can see it gives the fences more to bear on, and so they'll stay upright and sturdy, hopefully for longer. Quickly, I'll show you some earlier footage of the wagon. Here the chassis is separate, and you can see on the floor of the wagon there's the reinforcements around those rectangular holes to keep the fences upright. The steering mechanism was definitely the hardest part of the wagon. I made it, like I said, out of square metal tubing, and it's all put together with bolts and lock nuts and washers. The wheels are just lawnmower wheels I got from the hardware store, and all of the axles are just large 1/2-inch bolts. Here you can see how the steering works, and actually with this arrangement that I've got, the inside wheel of a turn turns more than the outside wheel. I started with a parallelogram, and both wheels turn the same amount, and so it didn't steer nearly as well. So having this geometry kind of fixes that problem. And that's pretty much it. There's not much to it. Once I got that steering figured out, the rest is pretty simple. I didn't do any fancy joinery. I just glued and screwed everything together. And I did countersink the screws so that I could put wooden plugs over the screw heads, and then I spray painted the chassis and the steering and polyurethane the rest of it. So let's go take it for a test drive and see how Sage likes it.